Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and welcome to Magic from the Ashes in the Living World of Darkness. Today we have, well, it's a little after midday. It's probably like when most people get home from work, or you know, thereabouts. A little bit after lunch. In the common area of the Chantry, there is it has been a familiar sight, but lately Julie has been very, very not present. Quite a while now. Ever since certain things happened in the temple. But for the first time in a long time, Julie is currently, well, she has done her yoga. What she's doing right now is meditating in the common area. And she used to do this all the time. But this is the first time for a while now that she's not wearing her normal. Well, it is warm, but she's wearing like a long sleeved T-shirt and a bit more, not formally dressed, but almost a little bit more buttoned up than she normally is, which is, well, let's be honest, hippie clothing. And yeah, she's just sitting there.
So, sorry. So, yeah, Noska is going to get home from work and kind of wander into just kind of walk upstairs, briefcase. And she'll see Julie, who she has seen around, but has been largely keeping herself to herself. And normally Noska isn't, quite happy about this. She would be more than happy for this arrangement to continue. But Julie was acting kind of strange at the meeting we had with Violet, and yeah, Oscar sort of feels that there may be maybe she should do something, or maybe she wants to know why. So she will go and put her kind of stuff away, and then walk out and just walk over to Julie and just stand in front of her with her arms crossed. And in a very
it will take a little while before Julie just begins to move her. She kind of just slowly opens her eyes. It will take like a moment or two.
But you've been distant. Explain.
I'm in the middle of something.
You'll have time for that later.
Look. It just takes a couple more moments to just stretch out, and she gets up. Why do you care?
She cocks her head. Because it may begin to affect our ability to operate an effective unit.
You do realize that thus far this conversation has been out of the Twilight Zone, since our roles are more or less reversed?
How do you mean?
I'm normally the one coming up with long explanations and wanting people to stick together and be more... She stops herself. Never mind. She goes over.
I've never been opposed to the idea of us working as a unified unit. I simply just don't want to hold hands while we do it.
I know. It's working so great.
You have been distant recently.
Yes, I have, and I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
Well, automaton robot, and she just, like, she doesn't point at you, but she just puts out her arms. People have a strange relation with, the concept of feelings. And I could try to explain it to you, but you either won't understand, won't recognize it, or why should I? What? I mean, nothing good is going to come. Like, you won't understand. I have certain. Just let it go.
Oscar's going to walk over to Julie with her arms still kind of crossed in front of her. Try me. You said I won't understand. Try me.
Julie opens um, the refrigerator, and she's just getting some milk and some vegan food she has, like some salads and stuff, and she puts it on. And there's a carton of milk, and she tries to open it, but it just sometimes with the cardboard it doesn't really open well, and she just she just wants this thing opened, and she just gets frazzled and just God damn it. She finds a knife and just cuts it open. Pours herself a glass of milk, and it's just okay. For some reason, I'm affected by someone I knew, like me, who got killed. I don't know. Like, is that something you can understand?
Of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, do I need to tell more? Like, isn't that fairly explanatory enough?
Nausicaa's going to look at Julia for a moment, and then she's going to get a kind of a stool and start rummaging around in one of the kitchen cupboards and pull out a bottle of whiskey and get two like glasses. They're not like shot glasses, just like normal glasses, and set them down in front of the two of them. All of us have been affected by James's death.
Right. I've been spending a lot of time with Lee. It helps me focus. It makes me do like things I can do and focus on, and therefore I haven't had much time to deal with other stuff, and that's why I've been different. Good. Glad we had to talk.
We're not done.
Drinks her milk.
Nausicaa's going to pour two, probably like much too much whiskey into like a glass. Like she clearly doesn't know how much whiskey is like the right amount to have. You haven't mourned James properly. We should do that. You're having difficulty compartmentalizing and processing your feelings. I understand.
I'm quite certain I know how to mourn. How is death? I'm thinking taking the fight to the technocrats will be the best way to do it.
Oscar shrugs. I don't think we should do that to mourn James. I think we should be doing that anyway. I don't think we should take action because we think it's what he would have wanted. I think we should still do the logical and correct actions either way. However, you're clearly having difficulty processing his death.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm really sorry to bother you and all the others with me not coping as well. I mean, that's really inconsiderate of me. I know it's really I should actually be ashamed of myself. Like I can see that now.
It's not about that. It's not about us. It's not about.
Well, you're fucking making me feel like it is. She actually screams that louder than I will, but.
Oscar just sits there for a moment, and then it's we need you back, Julie. We would like you back, working with us again.
Right. Okay, good. You want me back. That's super. But I uh, okay, fine. You want me back. Like that's perfect. Like sure. Do I She's about to say something, but it's quite clear. She's not like she doesn't think of trying to hide it. She just kind of brushes it off mentally. It seems.
What? What were you gonna say?
Would you fucking stop just for like a moment and drink some whiskey, please?
Nausicaa just nods. She'll hold up the whiskey to James.
Julie gets a little closer, takes the glass. She just seems to tensen a little bit less, but not much. But she just lifts her glass. To James. And she begins to take a sip, but she kind of puts down the glass on the table and just turns around fairly quickly.
Nausicaa's gonna drink all of it, and probably she's not like shotting it. But she just drinks all of it, and probably about halfway around, Julie just hears a kind of like a cough and a splutter, and yeah, Nausicaa clearly couldn't deal with it. You'll hear her kind of coughing and wiping her mouth.
Normally, Julie would be right there to take a photo or mark the occasion somehow, or at least comment on it, or how to really do that because you obviously are green in this sort of thing. But she doesn't comment anything. She just stands there. She just walks over and seems to mix together like two or three things in Tupperware containers and make some food. She seems to do this rather aggressively and thoroughly, let's say.
After Nausicaa's finished her coughing fit, she will just kind of stand up. Do you feel isolated from the rest of us?
She doesn't respond. She just keeps what is now not mixing but hammering the salad with a fork.
If you do, you should not. I understand it's not as easy as saying that, but I felt isolated and alone and unable to relate to people for a large portion of my life.
You will hear. I will not do it and probably can't sound like that, but she just says, "Would you leave it the fuck alone?" But you will be able to hear in her voice that she is crying. It's her voice is quivering quite a bit.
Okay. I just want you to know that we would not like to lose two members of our cabal. And Nausicaa is going to very awkwardly and very, yeah, clearly robotically, not robotically, but very awkwardly kind of put her hand on Julie's shoulder.
That might actually, like a few moments, she will just hammer away, but it's almost like there is a lag or just, maybe her just, actually, I think I will roll. Oh, this isn't vampire, so I don't know what I will roll.
I think just remember.
Fuck it. I won't roll anything. She just stops. Like there's like 2 or 3 seconds where you just the hand has been there, and she just stops. She looks at the hand. And she is crying by now. She says, "Have I gone fucking crazy?"
If you've gone crazy, then so have the rest of us. And Nausicaa is going to comfort Julie and give her a very awkward hug. And probably
Once
get some
she
paradox.
moves into that, Julie will return it, and she will be crying full out, quite heavily, and just hug her quite tightly.
It's clear that Nausicaa is, like a bit uncomfortable with it, but I mean, the main thing she would get is that Nausicaa is making an effort to show some kind of human connection here.
Which is why, out of character, Julie asked, at least once, has she gone crazy, or is this Twilight Zone? Because she has not experienced this before. And is probably not it's probably adding to her confusion, somewhat tattered mental state at the moment. Nausicaa is being nice to me. It is the end of the world. And she will actually hold it for like 5 or 6 minutes until she just stops a bit and just holds it. Just stands there, sways a little bit from side to side. Do you have stuff a lot of stuff you need to do?
My workload has not decreased recently, but my ability to cope with it has significantly increased. So no, not really. Why?
You want to watch some TV and eat some crappy food?
You can hint. You see Nausicaa's mouth open for an argument about her definition of crappy food, and then she'll kind of close it and be like, "Yes, that sounds nice. Sure." What would you like to watch?
That's not the point. It's just give me a moment. Find something on the TV. I'll be right back. And Julie will come back with some of the pillows and blankets from her room. She's quite overloaded with things and can barely see where she's going, and just throws them on one of the sofas. Just kind of packs herself in. She just says, "There's room for you here."
Nausicaa's eyes widen, and she'll come and sit kind of next to Julie, but she's clearly like...
Yeah, Julie's lying down. She's lying on the couch and just tucked herself in a blanket, just lying there.
Nausicaa will come sit on the couch, but she's not gonna snuggle. I can't see that being a thing. And yeah,
lies there. And at some point, the scene will come to a close as these two.
As Nausicaa and Julie watch Real Housewives of New Jersey, and
probably. But one thing that will happen at some point when one or more of them or both of them are going to bed, Julie will hug her again, and she will say thank you, and it will be quite heartfelt. But as of right now, we will end our scene. Thank you very much, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. Good night.